So I thought it would be fun today to astral travel to the crystal technology classrooms that are located in the inner earth, just to see what they might like to show us today. So I'm just going to focus, and I'm going to push my consciousness out through my crown, with the intention to travel to the inner earth crystal technology classroom. So I'm in the spot between here and the crystal technology rooms, and we're going to be going into what looks to me like a museum. These are like little classrooms. There's little classrooms where they work with crystals in different ways. And so we're going to go on a tour today. And we're going to start in this main area where basically there's crystals on display. And they're in what looks to be like what you would see are glass, I don't know, say cages, not cages, glass, shelving, and they're all displayed. Some are large, and then there's some that are not in glass that are just kind of around the room. And the room walls are also made of crystals. So there's a guide here today that would like to take us over to the different rooms. So they're taking us to the room where they teach, and they say that we can come to these places at nighttime. So if you want to learn how to use these crystals in certain ways, and you might have had dreams where you find yourself working with the crystals. So there's like a whole bunch of different like beds all around the room, and then there's people kind of standing and hovering over them, and they are putting crystals on people. But there's also like a whole like crystal bed like underneath, where there is crystals laid out in a certain way. So it's like underneath the soft part of the bed, and then there's they're basically gridding the crystals onto the people. And they're saying that we can use this when we're meditating, and to just simply take the crystals that you have. You don't need to worry about at this stage to have like specific crystals. Just take the ones that you have and start using them all over your body in different places. And you can't go wrong. They're saying you cannot go wrong. Crystals are high vibrational, and they will help you in many ways which you don't even understand. Now they're going to take us over to the organite room. This is cool. This is a cool room. There's many people like making devices, and some of them are really tiny, tiny, tiny devices. And then other ones are more intricate. And they're showing me this big egg in the middle of the room. It's a big, large egg like that you can go inside and sit in. And they're explaining to me that at the moment we have what they call as deprivation tanks. I don't know if they're float tank devices that they hold a little bit of water inside of them, and you go inside of them for 20 minutes to an hour, and you can rejuvenate yourself inside of them. These are like the next step level, and so this is like an egg shape. So you go inside, and like all the walls are layered in organite. So there's like layer of like metal, what looks like metal, and then there's like a layer where there's a whole bunch of different types of crystals. There's a lot of quartz in here, and it's just layered back. It's hard to explain, but there's like layers of shavings and layers of copper, and then there's crystals, and it just kind of goes all around the egg, just like what we would see in a small organite thing. This is like built into the wall of this egg shape, and they're telling me that the egg shape is made like this for a reason. It's like you're in the egg, like you're in the womb, and it's to help you for rebirthing new ideas, and regenerating inside of this, and growing like what you would inside an egg. Like when you're growing inside of in the womb, you're forming. And so they're saying that when you sit inside of this egg, that you can actually create ideas, and you can be learning how to do things. And so they're saying that if you want to etherically connect to one of these organite eggs that are life size, that you can at any time connect to these eggs and just sit inside of them and allow yourself to be rejuvenated. Allow yourself to take in light infusion. And it's very simple and very easy to do. Very much like the healing chambers. This is just a special healing chamber. And then I'm trying to see if there's anything else they would like to show us today, or tell us. The guide is saying that we as human beings have only hit the tip of the iceberg with what we can do with crystals. And they're wanting to stress that crystals are very powerful, crystals amplify, and crystals are very important in our life. But they want us to know that we can use crystals in a polarized way as well. So they can basically, we can use them for good and we can use them for bad. And so they're asking that when we work with the crystals, especially when we're doing light infusion and we're bringing in light and we're bringing in the divine light and trying to hold and anchor in more light, when we're bringing in new blueprinting, they're asking that we do this with integrity, and that we do this with an open heart and open mind, and we don't come to they're asking not to come to any type of light infusion activities with crystals if you have not, if you do not have the intention, if you do not have the intention to use them in a positive way for humanity, and they're telling me that we all have this ability, we all can use them, and there is no right way and there's no wrong way to use them. There's just energy devices. And many times on the earth, crystals have been used to harm, and they're telling us that if we want to use the crystals towards the ascension process, that we need to use them with integrity, in positive ways, because what we can amplify and what we can create on our earth is magnificent. They're saying that we know many of you use crystals on a daily basis, and they're just saying, make your crystal your friend and know that your crystal holds a consciousness, and your crystal is a guide. It's comes from a higher vibration to help guide you to hold and anchor more light.